Hey, how you doing? Atem Pro here, Steppers Express. YouTube.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button. Look, today we're going over how to do a quick mobile shoot where you can actually shoot and edit in real time using some very small equipment. In this case, we're using 2 cameras and what they call an Atem Pro. We're going to go over some of the items that you might use for such a mobile setup, which makes it very easy to do a professional job without all of the file transfers, etc., airdrop, CDs, flash drives, etc., email, none of that. You shoot and edit in real time. So let's get started. Okay, so this is what you call an Atem Pro. And it is a switcher. And back in the day, we used to have to pay a lot of money for this particular switcher, and thousands of dollars. And now you can pay a couple of $100s, if not even cheaper, depending on what type of switcher that you're trying to use. These are equivalent to TriCasters. These are equivalent to so many different types of switchers on the market today. I use Atem Pro. Now you have the Atem Pro, the Atem ISO, the Atem Extreme, all the way up to some of the more major productions, sports productions, house of worship, and so many different type of productions use these type of switchers in order to capture in real time and at times edit in real time. So we're just going over some of the basics of this so you can understand how this process goes. I'm using 2 different cameras with this particular switcher. So what it is we have one of our primary cameras that may be shot pointed at our event as it's taking place, depending on how that event is programmed or scheduled. And then we'll have another camera set up for a shoot, and we'll be ready to switch between those 2 cameras. For example, this is the other camera, and this is me shooting between 2 different cameras using the Atem Pro. So if I want to have 2 cameras shoot, then all I have to do is keep coming back and forth between these 2 particular cameras and making sure when I set my shot that my shot is set up for me to have a proper camera set up. So when I make my transitions, I'm already set up to make that transition. So you can have 2 or 3 things going on in an event at one time. So you can use up to 4 cameras with the Atem Pro. And as your equipment, as you get larger equipment, then you get more access. You get HDMI inputs, you get SDI inputs, it depends on what type of equipment you purchase. So let's go back to this particular video so you can see the switcher in process one more time. So here we are, back to what we call an Atem Pro, and you'll see on the back you have a number of inputs, and you'll see down here, you can't see it behind the label, but you have 4 HDMI inputs here. So we also have some panels or some buttons and some sections on the actual Atem Pro that you can use for different things like fade, cut. You can use different audio. You can do so much different stuff. You also have a line where you can get a feed in from your audio crew, and you can bring sound directly in as you edit as well. So this is just a basic setup. Now, later I'm going to do an actual tutorial on the Atem Pro, and that way you can see how this particular equipment works. So you can see some of the setups, as you see some of the buttons that you see flashing and lit up. Those are the different functions taking place on the Atem Pro. So whether I might have the sound audio coming in off a camera, or I might have that muted and the main sound coming in, like I say, from an audio board or external source. So I may have 2 cameras and I want both of those cameras to have sound coming in, and I would switch between those 2 cameras the same way you saw me do earlier. So it's really a simple process, and you really don't have to worry about a lot of different stuff. Like I said, airdropping, you don't have to worry about file transfer, you don't have to worry about networking. You can even not even worry about NDI when it comes to Atem Pro. So it's just so many things and so many functions that you can do with this small setup. Like I said, You can use a laptop. You can use 2 cameras. You can use external cord for your line in and your software. That's pretty much it. Soon we'll do a tutorial on the actual Atem Pro so you can see many of the functions that this small piece of equipment or this switcher is capable of doing. Now remember, years ago we had to pay astronomical prices for these switchers in order to pull these type of functions off. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. Like I said, if you want to just transfer files, or you want to do it the old way and you want to use CDs and flash drives and computer networks, etc., even NDI, and some of the hustle and bustle that may go along with that sometime, that's your choice. But my suggestion, or my professional suggestion, is that you get your Atem Pro, you get your Atem Extreme, Atem ISO, even TriCaster, the large ones, the small ones. It doesn't matter as long as you get you a switcher where you can use your HDMI and your cables and your cameras and your audio and get you a professional shoot to edit in real time right at your event. Hey, I'm Dan Land Pro, Steppers Express. Make sure you hit that subscribe and then like button. Till next time, peace.